We decided to remake Pocahontas. Disney made the movie in 1995, but we want to make it in a 20 years later kind of scene to where it's a 2015 version. We want to make it with today's clothing, today's style, the environment around, today's culture. But we're still keeping it with the Indian scene as Pocahontas is a Native American. Our remake of Pocahontas wants to be more for families, for teenagers, for kids. Just a nice little movie that if you decided to have a movie night, you can cuddle up on the couch and begin to watch. How can we make Pocahontas a hit production on the big screen? Well, we have to start with investments. Because without investments, we have no money. Without no money, we have no show. Okay, so basically, we can start off with investors, whether it's a single group or personal investor, who would like to put money into the show to see if it would be a hit. Because, hey, maybe it can make them rich in the end. Who knows? We can also do pre-sales. It's a distributor value. Basically, with a pre-sale, you get a bank loan, and you use the pre-sale as a collateral so that in the end you have the money, but it's all through a loan, and you can pay it right off. You can also do a deferred, which is no cost until the film guarantees money. Because once we generate the money that's guaranteed, then we can start paying off everything. I mean, I don't really agree too much with the deferred, because then that's less money in the end for our production. But it could be a great opportunity because it helps out through getting money for our production. Lastly, we can also go to private equity investors, but I'd rather not do too much of that. Alright, the next step is advertising. That is the way to get people to know there's a new movie coming out of Pocahontas. That starts getting people interested, getting people ready to want to see the show. I mean, have you ever seen something in theaters and was like, oh, I can't wait to see that? So, our step is advertising, and we have many ways of advertising. Advertising is half the production budget, usually, because putting out trailers, putting out slideshows, TV posters, and 3D displays are all ways to put it in theaters, but it can be very costly. When you're on the TV and radio, prizes, talk shows, 30-second commercials, behind the scenes, talks with me, the producer, talks with the characters, talks with the scene design, the clothes design, stuff like that. Talking to them and hearing their stories gets people interested. The internet, becoming Yahoo's homepage, the biggest thing out there. Be pre-film websites. Make a website for our show. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Yahoo. There's many different websites that people use for social media. Another way to advertise our show is print and merchandise. Ads, cover jackets on books. Pocahontas was a book, a kid's book. Now you can put a nice little cover jacket on it, and boom, there's our poster for the show, but for a little cover. Promos can include cups, t-shirts, toys, Happy Meal toys. The Minions movie that's out, put a little Minion inside the Happy Meals. Kids get excited to see the show. As a producer and director, I decided to make a couple of changes to Pocahontas. I wanted today's tone in it. I wanted today's humor, today's style, today's culture. I also wanted to make it more of a reality kind of show. I didn't want it as a cartoon, but my number one priority is that this is a family movie. No matter what, family always comes first in a person's life. I want this to be a movie with popcorn, with cuddles, with hugs, with laughter, with a little sadness, but with a great ending. As a director and producer, I like to help out my actresses, cast, crew, everything with a helping hand. I like to help them out with ideas, although they have great ideas. I feel I should also help them out because, I mean, hey, two heads are better than one, right? Okay, for my actresses and actors, I feel they should act more with today's motions. I feel the way they talk should be more of a proper way for a Native American princess in 2015, or how would a white man in 2015 talk and act? Alright, for my scene design, I would like them to make the outside, the environment, look more like today's environment. Basically, how animals, there's genetics all around. Basically, it's to see what it would look like now compared to what it looked like back in 1995. I mean, 20 years later, an area should look a lot different, such as areas mowed, areas not, stuff like that. Just keep stuff like that in mind. Alright, and for my costume designs, I would like them to think of what an Indian princess, a Native American princess, would wear in 2015. Styles change over time, and the way people, the cultures, yes, cultures go back way back then, but cultures do change over time. New traditions are thought of. I would like them to do the outfits with more of a 2015 Native American culture. Same with what a white man in 2015 would wear. Being a producer and director is a great privilege. My role is to work with my team to help them make our production a hit. They work just as hard as I do, and I know they need my help just as much as I need theirs. Without them, I could not make this show a hit as much as I'm trying my best to do. Our goal is to make this a family-oriented movie. We want this to be a more modern era, so I know my team needs my help to help them think of ideas on what we can do, but I also need their help on what I need to do. Because I don't just do the producer and director job, I help out with every job there is. I help the costume designers come up with ideas. I help the directors that are all assisting me. I help my scene design. Help them get ideas. I mean, like I said before, two heads are better than one, right? So, my role is to be their helping hand. I want our hit to become a success just as much as they do. This isn't just my show, it's ours. So, my role is to work with my team and make this show a hit as much as we can. I thank them all for their help.